It's just your girl Sunray coming with a video. And I pray this video that it bless your soul, because you already know that I had to go into this video right now. Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl Sunray coming at you guys with a different type of a video today. Okay, so earlier I just felt led in my spirit to release a video kind of giving you 5 different tips that the Lord is having me do to help me overcome having a slothful, aka a lazy spirit. Now we know, I don't know what's going on in the air, in the spiritual realm, but when God begins to release instructions and he tells you to go, 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 old habits die hard, you know what I'm saying? So you start just, you're not as active. You're like, oh God, I remember a time in my life when I used to just be so focused in this. And the thing is that a lot of you are expecting these things to change overnight, but you have to recognize if you've been stuck in a cycle where you've been continuing to do the same things over and over again, it's going to take some time before you break that cycle, and you have to be patient with yourself, okay? So I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips today to help you overcome that spirit of laziness and slothfulness, okay? So the first thing is like the most obvious one is, if laziness is a thing, that means to get active and to also change your diet. So y'all know I have a dog. She just hopped up here in the middle of me recording this. It's like she just does whatever she wants to do. But get active, okay? So for me, a way of getting active is actually walking her longer, because I had gotten a habit where I literally was just like, here, go outside, walk a little bit and come back in. And then she getting annoyed because she's a high energy dog. She's a Labradoodle. So she needs to be constantly worked out. And because I don't like the dog parks in the area that we're in right now, walking has to suffice. Like, look, she probably about to look out the window because she wants to go outside. I took her for a short walk because it was too hot, because I was going to take her for a long walk later, but that ain't y'all business. The other thing is changing your diet. So one thing that God had me do that I think will really help some of you is to cut out sugar, okay? Cut out sugar. You can still have like stuff with natural sugar. You can still even have your carbs, like the breads and things of that sort, but really cut out sugar and see how your energy level changes, okay? You will go through a withdrawal period, but I promise you, you'll reach a point where the craving is gone. Try and get more fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet. Recognize that you don't actually need to eat that much, okay? So the spirit of gluttony is also a big thing. We're just eating, and especially for people that have been in the wilderness, it's like, you know, I know I was in Houston just eating, but I'm starting to notice like my weight is just dropping, and all I'm doing is following the regimen the Lord has given me. I'm not working out like I should be working out, but that's going to take some time for me to get there. And I don't come before y'all as no liar. I tell y'all the truth, and that is the truth, and I'm sticking to it. But that's the first one. The second thing I would say is to change your work environment if you're able to. So for me, some days out the week, I'll go to a cafe. In different areas, they have like the Capital One cafes, they have like Starbucks, or anywhere where it is that you're able to be in an environment where other people are being productive. Because I learned while I was in college, when you're in an environment where other people are productive and you're a naturally distracted person, typically that helps you to focus. You could find like a study partner, like someone that like y'all are both working on whatever vision God gave you and whatnot. Now, if it's impossible for you to leave your home, I encourage you to, if you always got the shades closed, open the shades, turn the TV off, turn your phones off, okay? Or put them on do not disturb and put them on the other side of the room, so you're just not tempted to continue looking at your phone. But change your environment in some way. Bring some flowers in, a fresh scent, like fresh air. Open the windows, okay? If you cannot leave the home. But changing your environment is highly key to you being able to fight that spirit that just wanted to be lazy, okay? Boom. Third thing is to build your stamina. Okay, so building your stamina, I wish I remember what it was called, but when I took neurobiology, we talked about reaction time, like how At first, it might take you a long time to get used to doing something, but as you continue to flex that muscle, as you continue to build muscle memory and do that thing, eventually you'll be able to prolong the time that you're able to get that thing done. I know that does not sound well at all, but y'all get what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is like right now, some of you are not used to focusing. Like if you are a scroller or if you're addicted to social media, your brain is used to seeing different things cause your dopamine levels to increase, okay? Causing your dopamine levels to constantly increase. So with that, you're used to having constant like excitement, right? So what you're going to have to do is to set what I will call 30-minute intervals. Now, if you're first starting off and your focus is really bad, if you can't focus on something for 30 minutes, try 15. If you can't do 15, do 10. And so what you do is you focus on whatever you're doing for 10 minutes, you take a little break, you walk around, whatever, come back, do another 10 minutes, and you continue doing that. And then once you recognize like, dang, I went over my 10 minutes. Jade, what did I tell you? The other people, they're moving around. So anywho, continuing on. So every 10 minutes, so on and so forth. And then once you recognize that you're like nearing 20 minutes, then you up it to 20 minutes. But your goal is that you want to resist the urge to give into your flesh. So if your flesh is like, let's say you're like focusing for 5 minutes and your flesh is like, at 3 minutes, do not stop. Keep going, okay? Because we're supposed to be resisting our flesh anyways. Like if our flesh wants us to eat 6 cookies, only eat 3. You get what I'm saying? You always have to exert the fact that you are in control of your body and nothing else is. But anywho, y'all get that point. The fourth one is to set achievable goals. Do not, if you have not been focused for years, do not say, I'm going to write my business plan in one day. You're not going to write it in one day. Achievable goals. I believe in the power of prayer. I believe that anything is possible, but I also believe that there are some goals that people will set that will cause them to go backwards instead of forward. What do I mean by that? The way that we respond to our own ability to follow through to what we said we do, that in itself can cause a person to either go forward or backward. Like for me, I'm setting a goal to finish this set thing every single day. It's accomplishable for me because it takes me about 4 to 6 hours to finish what I'm working on, right? And so since it takes me that long, I'm like, I know that I'm going to finish that within that day. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to do 2 of those. I'm not about to be sitting at my computer for no 8 to 12 hours. I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen. Would I love to do that like how I did in college? Yes. But I'm working my way up there, okay? So you kind of get what I'm saying. It's setting achievable goals, because if I was to say, oh, I'm going to do 2 in one day, I would be upset with myself, and it'll always almost make me not want to do it because, oh, every time I set a goal, I don't do it. I disappoint myself. We are uplifting ourselves up over here. So hopefully that makes sense. And then the 5th one is develop a habit of prayer. So as you are working to focus and study more and get whatever it is that you need to get done, start including prayer in your day more. Now, if you know you normally only pray in the morning and at night, maybe during your little break, you pray to God for 5 minutes and you say, God, help me to focus for this next 10. Or as you're working on the plans and visions God gave you, set the atmosphere for him. Say, God, okay, like when you get stuck, because I'll be getting stuck on some stuff because everything that I'm doing is what God told me to do. So I can't just pull something out of my head and be like, oh, I'm going to do this. No, I have to depend on the Lord for every single step. And so that there are the 5 different tips I would say to overcome slothfulness and laziness. So the first one is get active and change your diet. 2, change your environment. 3, build your stamina. 4, set achievable goals. 5, develop a habit of prayer. So I pray that this helps you. And remember, none of us are perfect. Nobody has it figured out. I don't care what influencer and what person you watch on YouTube. At the end of the day, we are all figuring out this race of faith, okay? We are all figuring this out day by day. Do not be hard on yourself, because even your Father in heaven, he's not that hard on you. I mean, technically the word, but you get what I'm saying. He loves you. He gives you grace. So you give yourself grace, you extend yourself mercy, and in turn, you'll be able to do it for others. But anywho, I'm done. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you later. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you comment below what are you gonna do to get yourself out of this laziness and slothfulness and da 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 da. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.